français. Toujours si doux, bébé chanter. J'adore, moi façon d'être, yeah, Gavin, yeah, 'cause he is my imaginary lover. Yeah, he runs.
This is Entertainment Now, presently at Michele Henderson's 6th album launch, Chez Moi.
Not forgetting to mention the music arrangers, Brent Samuels and Kendall Laura of Dominica. Also, Felipe Joseph from Martinique from the Cassav Band.
And just to mention that all the songs were written by Michele Henderson herself, our own princess.
I mean, the ambience is nice, the people are well turned out, I mean, the media is here, everybody is excited about this album. And just to let us new viewers know that the song, although she's launching the album now, the songs are going to be released online next year within quarters. So by next year, 2014, you're going to have Michael's whole album available
by independent.
by independent.
Definitely.
2014.
I'm excited,
Definitely.
you know, I'm a Michael's fan. So we're going to see what's in store and it's going to keep you posted.
We'll be right back.
Entertainment Now, baby.
Home, Chez Moi. 3 words, 2 languages, 1 shared meaning. Home is joy. Joy is Dominica. Joy is Grand Bay. Joy is Mabush. Joy is Junior, Ronel, and Kai Kai. Where friends gather and where love is ever present. Joy is where the heart is. Joy is home. Tonight, we will learn from Mikhail and those who contributed to this project what home, Chez Moi, meant to them, and hope that at the end of tonight's launch, it will mean as much to you and your audiences. And we begin with Mr. Sobers Esprit, Business Development Officer, Creative Industries, OECS Export Development Unit. He represents an organization whose financial contributions saw this project to fruition. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Sobers Esprit.
Thank you, Alan. Good evening, everybody. What a distinguished people here. We have the events director, Dominica Festival Committee, Africa. Let's see, we have the Right Honorable Gregory Raves, from the Department of Culture. We have Mr. Music Wadix, the manager for National Cooperative Credit Union, he's Irish, and staff from the credit union. The special honorees, let me say, Michele Henderson Inc. Okay? Friends, media, good evening everybody. I think it is a sense of joy and pride that we're here this evening to celebrate with our sister and her team on the launch of this, what I believe will be an exciting product for this market, this music market. Mikhail has been a major part of the music landscape of Dominica and the Caribbean for several years, and she brings to us another gem so that we can sample her great creative genius. Let me say that we in Dominica, we are fortunate, and we're fortunate in many ways because a little island in the middle of the Caribbean, and we have been able to produce fantastic music. Can you imagine this small island producing 2 musical genres? Some say it's 1 that's evolved into 2. Some say it's 2. Let's say it is 2. But for a small island like Dominica, to have been able to collectively put together that kind of talent over more than 40 years, I think is fantastic. 1974, however, is different from 2014. The challenges then was really to make a breakthrough on the French West Indies market mainly, and in some Caribbean islands. Today, the challenge is bigger, the challenge is greater. The challenge calls for the Dominican musicians and artists generally to work together in a collective endeavor to create a global brand. You see, folks, today we are living in a very competitive global market where we have to sharpen our skills, we have to become more innovative, and we have to ensure that what we do is respected, is embraced, and is fully appreciated. The challenge for Dominica and OECS music in general is for us to be able to build that world brand, that global brand in our music. So it's no longer important just for us to go to a studio and to play down 8 tracks or 10 tracks or 13 tracks, as the case might be, or to play in a jam or to play on the road. Today it calls for greater effort. Building a global brand requires a number of important investments. It requires investment in the human capital. It requires investment in the quality of the work that we produce. It requires an investment in our ability to collaborate and to work together. And it requires an investment in utilizing all the skills available to bring forth a product that we can be proud of. That is the challenge for musicians today. And I want to implore those musicians who are here and those who will be listening to this launch to understand that it is not enough to think that when we put out an album or a CD, as the case might be, that is enough. That it requires of us some greater effort. That is my call tonight. If we want to build a global brand, we need to understand that it requires greater effort, greater sacrifice. I want to say on behalf of the OECS Export Development Unit how pleased we are to be associated with this product. Mikhail has been a client, or I should say, Michele Henderson Inc. has been a client of the OECS Export Development Unit for several years and has been a beneficiary under this program. We are happy that we were able to provide financial and technical support for this important launch and for this important product. Let me just stop to say that one of my colleagues here did most of the work, and I think that Michele Henderson Inc. owes a debt of gratitude. Mrs. Pearl Joseph. Pearl was the one who saw it through to ensure that Mikhail got the support that she deserved and that was required for this product to be manifested today. The work of the OECS Export Development Unit in the creative industries sector is ready to provide support to firms and artists working in music, working in the audiovisual and film sector, working in handicraft and working in fashion, to be able to look at issues regarding management, marketing, and product development. We have been able to provide some level of support to firms in Dominica and across the OECS. In the coming year, we expect to do more of that through a few direct interventions. One is direct support to the firms that are registered with us. Secondly, national support where we provide capacity building and training for the firms that are part of the work program. And thirdly, regional efforts where we can bring together the firms and the individual artists who are part of the OECS Export Development Unit work. I want to use this opportunity to wish Mikhail Jr. and Michele Henderson Inc. all the success possible with this product. I know that you will continue to work hard. I know that your vision is to ensure that Dominica really and truly have a global music brand. And so for us, we want to say congratulations, and we hope that our people in Dominica and indeed across the region will embrace this new product. Once the launch is over, the material will be online and you'll be able to get it in the quickest possible way. But those of you who want the hard copy, who want to get the CDs, you can also get that. We want to encourage people to buy the CDs. We want to encourage people to go out and purchase the CDs. Don't pirate Mikhail's work. Don't pirate the work of our artists. It is time for us to realize that the artists really put a lot of effort in their work and they require the support of the general public so that they can make a decent living out of their work. With that, I want to say, Mikhail Jr., congratulations. Welcome home.
Mikhail, a proud daughter of Dominican soil, has graced us with performances at several prominent local events, including the Digicel-sponsored World Creole Music Festival. A Digicel brand ambassador herself, Mikhail has graced the WCMF stage several times. And here tonight to share a few words is one of the hard-working people behind the scenes and the events director of the festival's committee, Ms. Natalie Clark. Please welcome her.
Thank you for that warm welcome. Gregory Rabez, Culture, representing Culture here tonight. Mr. Sobers Esprit, representing the Organization of Eastern Caribbean States. Wadex Charles, whom I lovingly and affectionately know as the man who has taught me everything there is to know about the Creole genres in my years here. Mr. Irish, National Cooperative Credit Union and staff. Joseph, I heard your name called. Thanks for standing with and behind and surrounding Mikhail. And of course, the special girl, Michele Henderson. I met Mikhail many years ago when she didn't even know, on a cruise ship called the Free Winds. That night I decided, no, I didn't want to go to this Free Winds. You know, what's this boat doing in Antigua at, the harbor, and some friends of mine dragging me out to hear some jazz. Who are these people? But I put on my clothes and I went to this place. And we were listening to this jazz, and it was a famous jazz artist, Chick Corea, I think it was, who was on the Free Winds. They always have these amazing people on the Free Winds. And they were playing, and I was, getting into my shades of Spain and all of this, and then all of a sudden this tiny little thing came out on stage. This tiny little person with a flute. And I always loved the flute, and I thought, this is going to be interesting. She's a black girl. Yes, black girl that rocks. So paying attention now. And she came out, and she started to play this flute. And she laid this magic in the Free Winds, which was packed with people. And then all of a sudden she started to sing. I stood back and I saw a 4-foot something turn into a 6'10" and with a boom boom voice. And I said, damn girl, that's it. This woman, Michele Henderson, has a voice that is just bigger than who she is when you see her. And she caught my attention from that moment on. Mikhail, I followed you. That's the first time I actually understood this place called the Commonwealth of Dominica through Michele Henderson. And I say that, and I'm going to say it again because I think the government of Dominica needs to use people like Mikhail to put this island on the face of the map. That's how I came to Dominica. I fell in love with Michele Henderson. I fell in love with the boom boom voice. I saw, when I read about the Commonwealth of Dominica, I saw the 365 rivers. I heard it in her lyrics, in her voice. I saw the 9 active volcanoes in the amazing power that she exudes when she's on the stage. I embraced all the naturalness of Dominica through her hair, her roots, her dreads, and the way she steps when she's not on stage. Mikhail is a humble person. I saw the Commonwealth of Dominica through Michele Henderson's eyes. When I came here now and had to work with her and Junior, I realized there was somebody as picky and as detailed and as fussy as myself. Junior, you listening? So we got along like a house on fire because I realized that, okay, here's a perfectionist, here's somebody that's always striving to be the best, and I saw the connection. It could only be a Junior that could partner with a Michele Henderson, okay? And that is what makes the power couple and makes Michele Henderson Incorporated, because you have two people who are serious about what they do. They're serious about their craft, they're serious about what they give, they're serious about what the help that they give to young people especially, and that's what I see when I think of Mikhail also. Mikhail helps and supports young artists, and that is something that really, really we seriously need to take stock of here. This is a place that is wild with unchained melodies. There is so much talent in this country, it is just unbelievable. And it's just there, fomenting underneath there somewhere. All right, and you need people like Michele Henderson and the Juniors of this world and the Mr. Sober's Esprits of this world and the people who value that depth, that unchained of the youth. It's not the old folks like me that make the new ideas pop. It is the young that bring the new ideas to us with the experience for us just to guide. We need to understand that, because we get so caught up in our ego and us being so big and large and we this and we that we forget the people who bring the ideas are always the youth in every single generation. You can go right back to Egypt if you want to go back there. The people with the bright ideas, we need to pay attention to them. We need to lay the foundation for them, that they are not afraid to stand up at a World Creole Music Festival stage and show us who they are, because we have understood and made them so confident about their value that they can do this. That's where we need to go. When I look at Michele Henderson, I see the foundation, I see the Ophelia Marie. I see the people like Midnight Groovers and like Gordon, who were the wind under her wings. These are the people that she saw and thought, I can be like this. I want to be like that. In fact, I want to be better than that. Okay, so she set her bar high to begin with, and that is what we are here to do. The older generation must understand, not just here in the Commonwealth of Dominica, but across the Caribbean, we are not here to boast about our achievements. We are here to use our achievements and our experience to guide, to nurture, to make even bigger and better the network of the young talents like the Michele Hendersons and the persons who are going to come and stand on our foundation. That's what I want to leave here with you thinking about this. That if we don't spread that experience, if we don't have the organizations of Eastern Caribbean states, if we don't have the CARICOMs that come together and show these young people in our region, because hey, everybody else is doing it, you know. The network is already there. It's called the United States of America. It is called Europe, the European Union. It is time for us to understand the Caribbean states. From Jamaica, come right down to Guyana. We are one seamless people that have so much to offer. Why do you think that all our ideas flow everywhere else but in our region? Because they see it. They come on the planes, they come on the cruise ships, they come in the yachts, They check us out, they look and see what we have, and they move out with it. Experience with the young, fresh ideas, with the platforms of the national cooperative credit unions and the aid banks and the organizations of Eastern Caribbean states and the CARICOMs. That is when we are going to value ourselves and see our power. And that is when we're going to come home. Mikhail, thanks for recording Home. Thanks for making Home come out in a way that people will pay attention to it. Thanks for saying to us that home means power, means talent, means discipline, means standards so high that our value is seen across the planet. It is going out on the social networks, it's in Facebook, it's on Twitter. Thanks for seeing home come in the shape of something valuable within a small island of 600 species of flora and fauna and 365 beaches and 9 active volcanoes and a hell of a talent. Mikhail, thanks for bringing us love at home. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Clark. Yes, I feel right at home. At this moment, I want to make special mention of some of the talented Dominicans who contributed to the album. We have present Brent Samuels and Leon Seja, who contributed arrangements to the album, and we also have Odell Hamilton, a local guitar player who also contributed to the album. So thank you guys for being here. We now invite Mr. Roland Delsall Jr., a man who shares a familial home with Mikhail, a husband, manager, producer, and friend, to share some remarks on the making of Home, Chez Moi. Welcome.
Wow. Good evening, everyone. Speeches. It's a friend laughing me at the back there. Alright, guys. I'm really happy that everybody turned out here tonight to support us. And to get a sneak peek at this project that we've been working on for like 3 or 4 years now. It's taken quite a bit of time to get to this point. Producing records for us is a labor of love, basically. It has to start somewhere. You can have to be inspired for one to start writing. So it takes me about 2 years to get to start writing. So it's a process. I normally get the other guys involved in terms of producing music, rhythms, and then trying to get bigger to okay, I like that, let me start something. But once she gets into the mood of writing, the process runs very quickly. So it took me 3 years to put music and everything together, and about 2 months of writing songs. Producing this album is very it's a lot of fun and a lot of challenges, but we've tried something different this year. Normally we use probably one studio and an arranger, and we get like 12 songs and we sit down and work on it over a couple of weeks. But this time we decided to do something different. We decided to use as many different musicians and arrangers as we possibly could find available in terms of the time and the time and the music to present. And it took a little more time and finances to do that because we work in different studios. So we worked with Kendall at Music Box Studios, Brent, who works in our studio, contributed, and Donovan came to the studio also. Leon did some work at his home and then brought to the studio. So we kind of produced everything in our own studio and then sent it out to Martinique to get it mixed and mastered using the internet, whatever it tool. So this project has been a different one in terms of how we put it together. We've decided to approach this differently in terms of how we we distribute the music and how we release it. We decided to do something over a 12-month period. Because normally you make an album and then you make the launch like this and you put the 12 songs out. So we decided to do something different, which is we release the album, present it, and then we release 4 songs now, 3 songs, and 3 months later we'll release 4 more songs together with a video. And 3 months later we'll do 4 more songs together with a video. All in the way into the next Creole season. So at the end of that 4 packages of song releases, we'll be dead in the Creole season. Hopefully everybody that listens to music got into it and keep it fresh over a year period. We just want to do like a different way to do things, you know, instead of just doing wow, and then it plays on the radio for a week, and then you have to struggle to get it going. So that's our approach in terms of our release. We are doing online distribution at the moment. So we're going to distribute the music online in those segments. And at the end of the promotional activity, we will release a hard copy CD for the Creole season. So everybody who comes back home will take this song home and basically want to get a copy. And the people who have been with it all for the year will be really wanting to have their own copy of it at their home. Home, Chez Moi. So that's really our approach. We just signed a contract with a distribution company called Believe, and they're going to be responsible for putting our music on all the international media in terms of iTunes, CD, because we've tried to do that ourselves, but it's very difficult to get on iTunes by yourself. I don't think there's any other Dominican group that's on iTunes. Because they've made it almost impossible. You have to go through some kind of medium. Who's on iTunes? Who? CK? Okay. But it's not something that is very, it's not always very easy to do. So signing with that major distribution label, they're going to be responsible for doing that, and helping us with promoting the product. So we are doing a few different things with this particular product, and hopefully we can, get it out there and people can really get to know the music. I don't call it if I hit myself. I'd like to find a few people, that has contributed to this project, to our lives as musicians, as a family, and friends. Musicians, Leon and Donovan. Where's Donovan? Donovan always late. But that's Donovan. Donovan has been integral part in our musical journey. He's been with us for many years. He went away for a couple of months, but he's back and contributed to this album. Brent was a newcomer. He's from Cross Vibes, Spicy Brent. But Brent has shown a lot of promise in terms of it reminds me of myself as a young musician. When I was studying with Fred Nicholas, he used to tell me, you remind me of a partner, Akram. Always busy. Brent is a little bit like that. But Brent is a very giving musician. And it surprised me that the title track of the song came from Brent and a very prominent musician, Ronald Toole of Martinique. So, they didn't really know that they collaborated. But I was the one who kind of jailed the whole thing together. But we got that song out of these two people. So put your hands together for Brent. Yes, so as Mrs. Black said, we have to, encourage the younger ones, the same way we got the encouragement when we came out. Studios, Audio Solution Studio, and Eureka Studio in Martinique. Eva, as we speak, is probably still mixing a song. Eva has contributed a lot to this project. And I'd like to thank him, Donovan, engineer also. Brent also did some engineering. We'd like to thank the Credit Union. They were the rules of Credit Union at the time, but now they're National Credit Union. I invited them here for a special reason, because this is our 6th album. And the first album was financed by the Rosa Credit Union. And I would like them to witness what it is that they have contributed to. And we're very grateful for that contribution. It was in a time when nobody would contribute towards arts and entertainment because as far as they're concerned, that's a hobby. You're talking about give me $20 to do what? You understand what I'm saying? So the credit union doing that for us at the time was, I don't want to say the act of God, but it was really important. And it has made Mikhail who she is today, and has contributed to livelihood of so many musicians who work with us, and the music industry and Dominica. Fred Nicholas, my second father, who spent a lot of time teaching me music and bass, building character. So learning music from Fred was only just learning music. Because I was like Fred like 5 days a week. But I only paid for one class. Like I was on a Friday. But I was there Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And each day I was there, I would get a class. You understand? So learning from Fred was a special time. We're still very good friends. I see Fred as my father. I see Fred as the father of many bass players on this island. And the groove and the solid foundation that the music have right now is a contribution from Fred and his hard work. Jerry Moulon has been with us for many years. Also like the family DJs who support us, Wanix, Kiwana, Mr. Mystic, Miguel. These guys, whenever I hear a song, hey fellas, tell me what you got song. They're waiting for the music, and as soon as they get it, they're pushing it, they keep playing all the time. So we are very thankful for all the people who have helped us to do this project and get this project going. And we just hope that the younger ones behind us will get that same support and even better. We'd like them to have a better foundation. We'd like them to have a more business-like foundation. Because music is not only fun of playing, but you have to put your admin in order, like register your songs, register with your IRC numbers for tracking, get the music online, Facebook, Twitter. You have to put the mechanism in place for you to be successful as a musician. Because music needs finance. You need to know your revenue streams, where you're going to get money to supply the things, to do the things that you need to do. So I'm hoping that what we do today will help those that come tomorrow. And it will give the credit unions and the banks and the funding agencies more confidence to say, okay, well, Mikhail and Junior did it, Ophelia did it, Fred and did it, and Gordon did it. So we can give another group who has shown us a good business plan, some finance to make the music. And even the video people, they also have a hard time because producing videos is very expensive. So we have to find ways to support it because the music depends on all the different sectors. Because Mikhail Henderson, the team is made up of lawyers, business people, videographers, arrangers, song crew, everybody is a whole big team. We cannot afford to have a big team saying, okay, it's all alone. But everybody else, even when we're hiring construction time, contributes to what it is that we do at Mikhail Henderson. So, thank you very much for coming, and I hope you do enjoy this music, and I hope you promote it and whatever you can. Make sure you keep a copy in a safe place because 20 years on the line, you cannot find a CD. I'm warning you. So make sure you keep a CD. Because I have kept CDs for, I probably have like 2,000 or 3,000 CDs. And I know in about 20 years time it will be valuable as hell. Because nobody's going to have CDs. Everything is going online. The same thing records, after record, no. Right. So let's enjoy this night and thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Junior. I want to take this time to just mention some of the persons with whom tonight would not be possible. The EDU unit, the Prince Express, the Harris Agencies, Banana Tree Restaurant, DB's, Digicel, 365 MMP, Green Mountain Flowers, Courier Plus, and I also want to make special mention of an artist by the name of Aaron Hamilton. All the artwork that you see here tonight was done by him. He's a Dominican, and unfortunately he's not here right now, but I did want to make special mention of Aaron. And now for the moment that you have been patiently waiting for, the lady of the evening, I now invite Golden Drum awardee, Dominican Cultural Ambassador, incredible beauty and talent, my friend Mrs. Michele Henderson Del Sol, to take you home. Shave her.
Thank you. Wow. Welcome to all of you here. I'd like to make special mention of Mr. Rabes, who's been following me since I was a little girl, 15, I believe. He has some videos that would make me blush of me when I was a young girl. I'd like to acknowledge the presence of Ms. Natalie Clark and Silver Esprit and Pearl and the National Cooperative Credit Union, the media, Martin, my good friend Juanza and his team, my cousin Colette, the musicians and arrangers, 365 LNP, my uncle who is here, who has been my support from day one, Fred, Ed, all of you, if I have not mentioned you by name, you are very, very, very special to me. Believe it or not, this whole entire event was organized in my absence. I was away for a while attending to some family matters, and I just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you to Ayo and Julia and Kurt and all of the team who came together and put this together for me. And just like you, I came and saw this and everything else. Thank you. This project, like my husband said, started some years ago, in that he's always been sort of poking at me, you need to start another project, you need to do an album. But then, if you're an artist, you understand that you need to be inspired to do something. And I've gotten so much into the daily life and doing everything that I sort of wasn't quite there yet. And when we started this project, we didn't know exactly where it was going to be. We didn't know what it was going to be called. We didn't know how many songs we were going to have. We started, and then we presented a project to the OECSEDU, and thankfully our project was approved. And I want you to put your hands together for the OECSEDU, because without them, the quality of our product would not be the same. You see, you can jump into a studio and record 2 songs, but to present a product that is of a world standard, a product that iTunes would even consider putting on their platform to be sold, you have to put money into it. And thanks to their financial contribution, we were able to do that. And like my husband said, we recently reached an agreement with Believe. Believe is an international distributor who, when we reached out to them, were thrilled to work with us. The thing is that iTunes does not work with individual artists, and so you have to go through what you call an aggregate distributor to get your music there. And these distributors, obviously, they pick and choose the artists they work with. And I was thrilled when they wrote back and said that they would be more than thrilled to work with us, because they actually hadn't known about our music before. And it just goes to show you that Dominica really does have, like Natalie said, world-class talent. And I would like to appeal to the governments, to agencies like OECSEDU, to continue supporting us, and the government to make a little more effort, maybe we can, to promote, support, to prop up artists, because artists are the ones who actually catch the eye of the international public. We go out there, and it happens to me every time I travel, I go somewhere, and I perform, and somebody comes to me and asks me, where is Dominica? Because they don't know where this place is. And so we become their entrance into the discovery of Dominica and the Caribbean. And that is a very, very important foot in the door for tourism and for our economic development. And so I think of it as a very important, very, very important tool. I see myself as a tool to be used to open up the doors so that people can find out more about, because music attracts attention. When you sing, you perform, you have a voice, people tend to pay attention. And so you attract attention, and then you can divert their attention to something else, which is the lovely island where I come from. And all of them say, you look so young, you can't be that. When they look at my age. I say, well, I live in Dominica. There's clean water, there's clean air, it's beautiful, there's fresh food. And you know what happens? Invariably, each one of them go to Google and they look up Dominica. And then I get a call saying, oh yeah, I looked up Dominica. It's not the Dominican Republic. Yeah, exactly. So we cannot underestimate the value of that. And I'm saying this not just for myself, but for so many artists who are going to come after me, who are already there, who are poised to basically take over. And if we support people like that, if we promote people like that, the benefits are untold. It's exponential what happens when you promote that kind of, when you promote art and music and dance, and these things attract that kind of attention to the island. And I wanted this project to be something that reflected me and my style, not just home, that doesn't just mean Dominica and where I live, but it also means who I am, that I'm a fun-loving person, I'm a hopeless romantic, I'm a human being who has gone through all the trials and tribulations that every other human being has gone through. And so the album will reflect those different aspects of my life and of all of us lives. I also draw inspiration from my friends. And I just want to thank all of the arrangers who I worked with. I love you guys dearly. Thank you, Leon. Thank you, Brent. Thank you, Donovan. Thank you, Wilson, Matthew, who worked with me for the music class song that we did. Ronald Toole, who is an exceptional, internationally recognized artist who agreed to work with me on this album. And Jacques Camara, who's also the producer of a very, very popular gospel artist in Martinique. And all these people agreed willingly to get on board and work with us. And so we were so thankful for the opportunity to have worked with all of you and to be able to present a product that I know Dominicans are going to be proud of. So this is not just my baby, this is all of us baby. People are now going to know how brilliant and creative Brent is. I mean, they didn't know that before. They've seen him on Cross Vibes, and he plays queer music, but they're gonna listen to a different side of Brent and see that he's such a genius when it comes to creating melodies and arrangements. He's a fantastic guy, and he has so much potential, and I really want to encourage him to continue doing what he's doing. And Leon is he's a marvel. We have a gem. We don't know how good our musicians are in this country. We tend to, this guy, yeah, he is fantastic, and I want all of you to discover this music, not just through my voice, but through the arrangements that have been, that accompany me, and through the lyrics, and through the melodies, and the guitars, riffs, and all the other sparkling things that you will discover on this album. So, I think Home is going to be the song that we will be presenting. Oh, Io. Yes, okay. Home is so beautiful. One day we were working on this album, and my husband says, how do you think about writing a song about the Negma War, about Dominica, and I thought, lovely idea. And then my life consists of different ethnicities. So there's Kalimago in my family, and there's Africa in my family, and so I wanted to marry these two. And I thought, yeah, this really is who I am. This is me coming home to myself. And that's where the song came from. And it's very different from anything I've ever written before. And I worked with Brent on it, and then we got Ronald Toole to add his magic to it as well. And I want you to listen carefully to the lyrics, to the melodies, to the arrangement, and you will get a true sense of who Mikhail is from this song.
To the land of
We are at the album launch of Dominica's Princess of Song, Miss Michele Henderson. Michele, I must say it was an honor to be here tonight. The first song I heard was Home, and trust me, look, I'm even getting goosebumps right now. You have to listen to this album. It is amazing. Tell us a little bit more about the album.
Well, it's a project that involves so many different artists, not just myself, but arrangers and musicians that play on the project, and it's just something that reflects the different parts of me, you know, emotional, the roller coaster of emotions that I have, and my love for my country, my love for people around me. I mean, tragedies that I've gone through. It's just, you know,
Just six, Michele.
yeah, exactly. So there's a lot to it. It's not just, you know.
I noticed that you wrote all the songs yourself, Michele. Hats off to you on that. Thank you. If somebody is looking to get the album online, you say on iTunes, is it available as soon as possible, or do we have to wait for the quarterly releases that you're doing? Because I'm interested in getting my copy very soon.
Yes. Well, with the first 4 songs that we're doing, they're going to be available online at my website, first off, to begin with, and also they're going to be distributed by Believe, which is a major distributor. So it's going to be available as soon as possible on iTunes, on Amazon, Daily Motion, and various other marketplaces that Believe uses to distribute music.
Now, Michele, a few years ago you did a real nice concert on Freeway.
Yes.
What concerts are you planning to put on this year? I want a concert, Michele. Honestly.
I know that all those things are in the making. There'll be a lot of promo for this album, so we're looking into doing various videos and live shows as well. So I'll keep you posted. You have to keep watching.
Keep watching Entertainment Now, because then we will have the post and the updates.
Right.
Thank you so much. The lunch was amazing. Hats off to you and your team.
Thank you very much.
Entertainment Now.
So Entertainment Now just got up Brent Samuels. We understood that you were an arranger on Michele Henderson's latest album. We know that you are in Crossbys and you work with your music. Tell us, how was that for you working with Michele Henderson on your album?
It was a very wonderful experience. I enjoyed it. Something different. Just, gave me a whole different view on life and everything, basically.
And from Michele Henderson's speech, I heard that you are so good in what you do.
Yeah, well, they say not good to blow your own trumpet, but yeah, I try to get myself out there. So
that's very good. So tell us, how many how many songs did you arrange on the album?
About four of them. Yeah.
And you're looking forward to working with her again?
Oh, sure, no problem. I actually excited about the next project. Yeah.
And other local artists?
Any local artist, actually, anyone.
Also international artists too?
International artists too. Oh wow, that's going beyond.
I wish you great success in your endeavor.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you. Another arranger who worked on Michele Henderson's new album, Dawn Gabriel. Dawn, can you tell Entertainment Now, what was it like working on Michele Henderson's new album?
Well, actually, it's just like going back through old times. You know, we've been working for a while now. I've been working with Mikhail and them since 2000. You know, so it's like, it's a very good experience every time, but at the same time, it's nothing new, you know.
So tell us, what is so different about this album from her other albums of before?
Well, this album has a lot of collaborative efforts in it. You know, we have people from Martinique, we have Brent, we have Leon over there, you know, and myself. Before, most of the time, it used to be just me. You know, so right now we have a lot of other people. So you're getting more different ideas, fresh ideas, which is very good. You know, it doesn't sound like one thing, you know, it's nice, fresh ideas.
And how many songs on the album did you arrange?
Actually, this song that's playing right now, I arranged that one. And all the songs, I did like a lot of editing, fine-tuning and stuff like that, all of them, you know. So even those that came from overseas, I have to fine-tune them and then we send them away to mix and master and all that.
So guys, you all know you all have to get Michele Henderson's album, Chez Moi, home. Thank you, Dawn.
We're here with Junior Del Sol, the lady of princess, husband, producer, manager. He has been with her through it all. Now for the people like me who don't know much about arranging music and putting this lovely CD together, just give us a little idea what it took, how much work went into.
Well, this is a 4-year work project, 4 years in the making. It took to really do this. It took a lot of collaborations from all the different musicians, from Donovan, from Brent, from Ronald Tour from Martinique, Ale from Martinique, and Jack from Guadeloupe. It took a lot of effort to put this together. Getting everybody to do their different parts, getting them to do it when they have the time. So it's a long process. But at the end of it, we have seen something that's kind of varied in style, and it's really creative, and so many people have had some kind of input in it. So,
I must say, from the first song that I heard, I don't usually shiver when I listen to music, but this one shivered me. Because I have a little bit of, Kainago in me also, and she merged it together very well. You really have to listen and feel Mikhail, because this is what she is, like listening to it, and I can see that it's not only her. There is you. I'm seeing the babies. I'm seeing, her father. I'm seeing, everybody just had a little inspiration. Everybody put their little piece to it, and that's what makes this album so special. But in everything, there were sacrifices. So I would like you to tell us, what was your biggest sacrifice in putting this album together?
I don't know. I wouldn't say there was sacrifices. It's something that we know we have to do. We've done it many years before. I found it a lot easier to do this particular project because, for one, we had our own studio. So that kind of contributed to the ease of creating. So I'll call Brent on a Friday morning and say, "Hey Brent, come check me now." And he'd come, or I would make Leon prepare a tune and send it to Eva from my studio. So it was a lot easier to work when we had tools that we needed. And then the financing of the product, that we got some help from EDU, that helped it a lot because, working musicians, you have to pay them for this, you have to pay them for that. And it was easy to say, "Okay, fellas, yeah, you done? Look your check." You understand? So sacrifices, not so much effort, yes. Accomplishment, yes.
So we could say this was really a home, Chez Moi.
Yes.
Production.
Yes, we did it at our home, in our own comfort, and brought all the musicians from across the Caribbean involved, and the local musicians. Took them to our home, our production house, and got it done.
Just before we leave, I'd just like you to just let the people know, and entertainment now, the general public, where can we buy the music, the price, just...
Right now, the music is available online at mikhailmusic.com. You see it there?
mikhailmusic.com.
MICHELEMUZIC.com.
Okay.
So you can get it there right now. You want to buy it tonight. But in another week, so it will be available on iTunes, it will be available on CD Baby, and a couple of other distribution, online distribution.
At what cost?
I think it's 99 cents.
99 US?
Yes, cents.
And how many songs?
The song is 13 songs in all.
13
yes,
US.
Yeah.
Should we say less than 13 US dollars for this production? You can't go wrong. So once again, we'd like to thank Mr. Del Sol for inviting us here. Beautiful, 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 beautiful production, I must say.
You're very welcome.
I never knew you was, I knew you were great, but now you took me to another level.
Well, we're supposed to mature as we grow, and as we create, our work's supposed to show our level of maturity. So hopefully...
And that you have done. That you have done for sure.
So, but I'm thankful to you guys for coming and helping us to promote this, and hopefully we can take this to the next level.
Next level. I'm with you on that. Next level. Thank you.
Thank you. Good night.